Hey Cancer, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Cancer. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. We have the Crumbling. This card says, what are you clinging to? Clinging on to, actually. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I kicked the tripod. I'm sorry. Okay. This card reminds me a lot of the Tower in the tarot. Really, your guides are just like right off the bat, they're like, okay, it might be time for you to make a change. So, of course, that is pretty open-ended, and depending on what your circumstances are, this will resonate differently for you. But I feel like this card is just jumping out like it's the Tower, it's the Tower, it's the Tower. So usually when the Tower shows up for us, it's really highlighting an area of our lives that has needed to change for a while. Sometimes it can be change that we were really resistant to as well. By the time we get to that sort of Tower energy, it's change that we might have been resisting. So in terms of your career, there might be something that you've known isn't working for you and something that you do need to release and let go of. Yeah, I feel like this is something like, usually it's something that we've had an inkling about. So you may have been resisting taking the next steps in your career. You might be resisting making a decision or implementing a change of some kind. Some of you might feel stuck in a career or in like in your schooling, in your major or something. You might be in something that you don't think suits you anymore, or maybe never did. Yeah, I'm hearing for some of you that this might be something that you never felt was right for you. And that could be for different reasons. It could be because you just kind of went with it. Like you had to make a decision, you just went with it, or you had to get a job to support yourself and you just kind of like took the opportunity or whatever it was, but you didn't really feel like it was your passion. That could be why this is coming through as something that you might have known wasn't right for you. I think for some of you, you could have been in a position where it's like you weren't necessarily trying to find what was right for you. Maybe you didn't have any idea of what that was. You might have just been trying to like to work because you had to, or you were in school and you needed to, you know, like do your studies. But it's feeling almost like this could be something that you just fell into by chance. Not like something you really chose for yourself. And like for a while, it's been feeling like, something's not working. This card can also make us question if we're holding on to things in our life that's not working for us. I feel like kind of a similar message came through for pile 1. You might want to check it out. The energy is slightly different for you, but kind of the same message. You might be just holding on to ideas, like past ideas, past ways that you defined yourself, past jobs, past businesses, or ways that you're doing something that just isn't working. So the energy of the Tower is actually really beautiful energy. I feel like it can be one of the most feared cards in the tarot deck, and then this the Crumbling card would kind of fall into that exact same category. If you kind of think of things like collapsing that you wanted to remain stable. But that's actually not the energy that I get from the Tower, because for me, and especially in this reading with the Crumbling, it feels more like these are things that you don't necessarily want to remain stable. It's like maybe it's something that you were holding on to for one reason or another, but it's not something that you necessarily enjoy anymore, or it's not something that's paying out what, like you're not getting the payoff, you're not receiving back what you're putting into it. So really, if you imagine like, well, what if I didn't have to worry about this anymore? It would probably feel like a feeling of relief for you to not have to keep up with it anymore, because it's giving me the feeling of something that you're clinging on to it for maybe the hope that it could have worked out, or somebody else's expectations, or you feel kind of like trapped by it or something like that. But for this to come out right in the beginning of your reading, this is really your guides like wanting you to question what you're holding on to. Is it serving you? Are these ideas serving you? Is this process serving you? Is it serving you anymore? Or does it need to go? And this energy of the crumbling is the energy of it being cleared away. So this is about things that no longer serve you being cleared away, which is actually beautiful energy, because when you get all of that out of the way, you can get to the heart of it. You can get to the meat of it. You can get to the real juicy stuff that you actually want to have in your life. I do get the feeling of stuckness with this card though, and like with that Tower energy, there's a feeling of being stuck. So you might have been in this place for a while, or you might have been contemplating this for a while, or you might feel like, I don't know if I really want to let go of that. Because it might feel like you're letting go of a piece of yourself, maybe a way you've defined yourself for years. You might have worked in a particular field or owned a particular business, and you kind of define yourself by that. And now the idea of it going away might be a little bit scary, but this is actually beautiful energy of change. I also get the kind of feeling of inevitable change with this. So it's like you can put this off for as long as you want to, but that little inkling, that little nudge that there's a different direction you want to go in, or that you want to eliminate something in your life that's not working for you anymore, that feeling won't go away is the energy that I get from this card. It's not going anywhere. So the sooner this change is implemented, the better, the happier you're going to be, and the sooner you can move on to, well, let's look at the card. Sometimes I feel like I'm struggling to put something into words that for those who are very visual, this would be very helpful. If we look at this, we'll call it a tower here that is crumbling. What you see on this side of the tower, so you see it right in the foreground of the picture. I don't think I'm holding that so you can see it. What you see here is a lot of, it's drab, it's bland, it's dry, it's colorless, it's ew. And what we see past this is beautiful, sprawling meadows of like lovely, colorful, bright wildflowers. And there's, I see water off in the distance. I see a lot going on. I see a lot of possibilities here, a lot of places you could travel, a lot of things you could experience, a lot of flowers you could smell, colors you could see. It's all on the other side of that. So that's what this card is really telling me. That's what your guides want to get across to you, is that even if there's something that feels like you should hold on to it and it's not working for you, what's on the other side of letting that thing go is beautiful energy. It's expansive energy. It's abundant energy. It's rich. You know, it's so much better than this. It's so much better than what you're experiencing right now. So sometimes we have to be willing to let go of what is familiar, what we are used to experiencing, you know, what we have grown accustomed to. Sometimes we have to get to that point where we are willing to let that go to see what else life has to offer. And that is the energy that's coming through for you right now. So yeah, a little bit of soul searching there. What are you clinging on to? Let's grab you another oracle card. Let's see what other messages your guides have, or might even tie into the crumbling, because that's kind of how these readings have been going. Like I said, I left them pretty open, but they've been going like that, like maybe providing a little bit more clarity to that opening message. Okay, we have Judgment. This Judgment card says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So I feel like for some of you, there could be a little bit of judgment in terms of like, you know, I more want to ask you. That's how I'm feeling. Like, I want to pose this question to you. Are you judging yourself when you think about letting go of something, maybe switching directions, maybe trying something new? Are you potentially judging yourself and putting a lot of pressure on yourself when it comes to the idea of letting go of something that didn't work out? because your guides are showing you that this is not necessary. This is not required. You don't need to judge yourself for this. So I do want to also say, and here's something that's very unique about your reading. Both of these cards are pulling me to the tarot. So I'm really from the crumbling, the tower, and judgment, obviously. So the judgment card talks about discovery, self-discovery in particular. So your guides want you to know that as you are kind of figuring out more about yourself, you're figuring out what works and what doesn't work. That's kind of why this need to let go of things that you might have been holding on tightly to. That's kind of why this is coming up, because there's no harm and there's no reason to get down on yourself about clearly defining your path, like having your path become more clearly defined by letting go of things that aren't working anymore and bringing in more of what is working. So there's a lot of messages coming through with this judgment card, but this is about, your guides are really like, they're highlighting your journey. They're showing like, this is your journey. This has been your process, and there's nothing wrong with letting go of some things that don't work at this stage in your process. Even if it means switching directions completely, even if it means quitting your job. I mean, really hearing that. I think the fact that the crumbling came out for you right at the beginning of your reading as you're opening energy, for a lot of you, this might be a big shakeup. This might be like, you're leaving that job. You are starting something brand new. You're making a big shift in terms of your career. So there's no harm in it. Like, there's no harm in letting go of something that isn't working for you anymore, that isn't serving you anymore. I feel like there are a lot of decisions for you to make, but your guides are really wanting you to consider all of the things that you've learned about yourself and all of your unique gifts when you are making this decision. And again, they want you to release judgment. If you need to make a new decision now at this stage in your life, release the judgment about that, because it's fine. It's okay. You're okay. Like, what's coming is so much bigger. It's so much better. So go ahead and let go of what isn't working anymore if you need to pursue a different path. For some of you, you might be holding on to something because you're afraid of how you might be judged by other people if you change your mind. Yeah, I'm feeling like you might be called to do something that doesn't... This is kind of like, this must be more collective energy, because yeah, I do feel like this message is really heavily showing up in all the readings so far, but you might be called to do something that's a little bit unconventional. I feel that more with you than I did with any other of the piles. Like, it might be a little unconventional, and you might feel judged for wanting to pursue this thing, because it might be a little bit weird. It's like, it's not actually weird, but I feel like to other people you might think that it is. I'm also hearing that you might feel that people are going to judge you more than they would. So if that's kind of a hang up for you, you know, people in your life might be way more accepting of this than you would imagine. There's also something coming through that you might have the interest of entering a field that requires a lot from you, or that's highly competitive in some way. So that might be some of the ways that you're judging yourself, like feeling like, I can't compete, I won't be able to stand out in this arena, I'm not smart enough. And again, your guides are saying, release all of that judgment. All possibilities are open to you. And as we see in this crumbling card, what's on the other side of this structure, this tower, is so much better than what's on the side that, like, presumably where you're currently standing. It's so much better. Yeah. There just might be a part of you that's a little bit afraid to take a step in a new direction. But your guides want you to know that the fully realized version of yourself how do I want to put this? It's basically that to fully grow into the person that you want to become, to fully realize that version of yourself, this is a direction that you are being called toward for a reason. They're saying that you're not going to be fulfilled, truly and totally fulfilled, unless you give this a shot. And really to set aside any self-doubt, maybe even set aside other people's opinions if they're holding you back from going after what you truly want. I feel like this could be a matter of like something you devoted a lot of time and energy to, maybe a lot of money to. And it feels almost like something will be lost if you make this decision. So that might be what's so difficult to it. It might be so difficult about it. I'm sorry. It's like if you studied for a long time, you paid a lot for your education, or you put a lot of money into a business or something like that, or you devoted so much time to this and it's not really working anymore. That could be where some of these feelings of judgment or fear and trepidation are coming from. But this is really a message of like, just release all of that. It's fine. That's what your guides, it's like, I keep hearing like, it's okay. You're okay. So, in many cases too, you're going to apply that knowledge. This was another thing I think that came through in pile 2 for you. It's coming through almost like it might even be financially, like you'll be able to apply money from one venture to the next, or knowledge from one venture to the next. So keep that in mind. All is not lost. You cannot lose the knowledge and the experience that you gained in your past ventures. You can never lose that. Like you can go forward and create something again so much better and so much stronger than what you did previously. So there's no reason to want to cling on to it, although it can be hard. We know it can be difficult to switch things up. So let's look at your tea leaf cards. We have heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Oh my gosh, that's your guides. And rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. There's so much beautiful energy pouring in for you. There's so much passion in whatever you are thinking about doing or what you are doing. Like for some of you, I do feel like some of you pile 3s have already gone through this or are like well into the process of doing this. You might have just wanted a little bit of confirmation if you totally switched up and went in a new direction, but you went towards something that you loved, or that's where you're feeling drawn to. And your guides are right there with you. Your guides are coming through as this protection from a powerful friend, this dog card. They are there guiding your steps and really like there's so much encouragement. I feel like that's that energy of like, you're okay. Like they're right by your side saying it's okay, it's going to be fine. You might have some worries about whether you can provide for yourself or for your family. If that's a concern for you, your guides are like, you're going to be fine. So if this decision brings up a little bit of fear in terms of financial stability, you're gonna be fine is what it looks like to me. This dog card, although I feel strongly is your guides, I feel like this can of course be a good friend. There might be an opportunity coming to you through your friends or through your social circle, so that can also be kind of an indication of that. And for some of you, I feel like this is literally your pet. It might be your dog or some other pet that you're very attached to, is just providing you. So I feel like your guides are saying like, this is where you're getting your comfort from, or like this is a great source of comfort for you. Like this animal soothes you so much. If you're having a little bit of stress or worry about this, or if this big change is kind of rocking your world, your animal might be like a big part of this for you. You might spend a lot of time with your pet. I'm seeing some of you, like as you do your work, your dog or your whatever animal you have lays like under your feet or like in the chair with you or something like that. So I don't know, this is very weird, but if this is a home business, if this has anything to do with a home business, because I'm just feeling that a lot, it's like your animal's going to be right there with you and just provide so much comfort. So kind of, that's a little strange. Let me know in the comments what that's about. I love the rainbow card though. It's like, you know, the most difficult part is this part we were talking about in the foreground. Just getting right through there and getting to the other side where everything's really beautiful is the most difficult part. And your guides are letting you know that that's over. Like, you've already made it through. So if in your mind you're thinking, this is going to be so hard for me to go in this direction, or to take on this new task, to enter this new field, like it's so competitive, I feel like for you, making the decision to do it is the hardest part. The doing of it, you've got guidance, you've got protection, you've got this really soothing energy all around you. So you're going to be fine when it comes to the doing of it. It's getting to that point where you step over the threshold, where you step into this new life, this new arena, this new colorful, passionate place. And when you follow your heart, like the choice to follow your heart is the hardest part. I kind of love how these cards are working together, because the crumbling, of course, is showing like kind of a stormy situation when we're on this side. Sorry, I'm not holding that very well, huh? When we're on this side of things, like let's say we don't look here. We don't look at the middle. So we're seeing a well, it's a pretty intense image. So we're seeing kind of a tumultuous time here on this side. But when we look through, if we were to just look at this, we're seeing like sunny skies. We're seeing a lot of beauty. And I love that you have the rainbow, because this is like the rainbow after the storm that's being depicted in the crumbling. So yeah, it's stepping through that threshold that's hard. And after that, it's not so hard. So don't be worried about the journey past that point. It's really just about making this decision. Let's look at some more oracles. Your guides are so with you. Like, it's kind of amazing. You don't have to do this alone, is what they're saying. You have a lot of protection. You have a lot of love coming through from your spirit family, and they've got your back. Yeah. It feels like everything that might be uncomfortable about this situation is going to fade away pretty quickly for you when you make that decision. Okay. You know, I just have a tendency to drop cards, but today has been particularly challenging. So, you actually had two of those come out. Take them both. Why not? Let's see. So we have Chiron, heal. And we have Jupiter, abundance. Oh, man. Yeah. Abundance and rainbow, to me, that's a reiteration, and that's really a promise from your guides that there's abundance coming for you. There's so much joy, love, and material well-being as well. I'm getting an image of the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow with this Jupiter card. So, yeah, there's been challenges here. There's going to be difficult decisions that you have to make. Like, it might be difficult to let go of some things, but when you do, you're welcoming in so much more and so much abundance. This also might be a really challenging path that you want to go down. We were kind of talking about that before. It might be highly competitive. This might be something you have to study for years and years, and you're just kind of doubting that, but you have so much working in your favor here. With Chiron, this can be a lot about healing some sort of childhood wound, maybe letting go of these feelings of lack or these feelings of self-doubt. I also am picking up for some of you, you might be drawn toward and pulled toward a career in the healing arts. We're talking about difficult paths of study for some of you. So that could be that maybe you want to pursue some form of medicine, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, and it might seem like this is a really daunting move for you to make, but this is really encouraging energy to go for that. I feel like for you guys, the most difficult part is when you're not happy. So that's kind of another way to put this whole idea of like stepping through that threshold is hard, but staying on the other side of it is harder. Especially if you're not fulfilled or if you are miserable in what you're currently doing or what you think you might do. That's actually the hardest part. That's where it's going to be really difficult for you to stand. Stepping through is going to be challenging, but it's not going to be impossible for you to do. It's something you can do pretty easily. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of you are called to some kind of healing, whether that's like in the medical field or some kind of energy work. I think you were born to heal, and I think that you're also in the process of healing internally when it comes to making these decisions for yourself, stepping away from things that don't serve you anymore. Why am I getting a message about a relationship? Okay. For some of you, there might be a particular relationship that's holding you back. Oh, we were talking about judgment from others. There might be a particular relationship, romantic or otherwise, that you feel is holding you back in some way and that you might need to heal from. It could also be a past relationship that's caused some sort of wounding for you that just might be affecting your confidence in some way that's connected to your career. And this is something something you're working on healing. Yes, there's so much abundance for you. I'm going to grab one of these spirit cards and like, what are these? Angel cards. And we'll see what kind of guidance we can get. Strength and guidance. Yeah. You have the full support of your guides like we were talking about, and I think you're deriving so much strength from them. So making this choice or having the courage to go into whatever this is that's calling to you, it's like tugging at you. I think you're going to heal yourself and provide a lot of healing to others in the process of doing this, because whatever you're about to do is either going to directly heal people or it's going to inspire them and kind of heal them on a deeper emotional or spiritual level. I really hope that makes sense to you, but you're deriving so much strength from your guides right now, and the way that they're coming through like in as many ways as I could think to let you know that you have their full support. Oh, okay. Sorry, your cards, like, they're coming out really weird. I don't know. They just weren't, I don't know how to explain it, but they're coming out like kind of strangely, and like 4 cards are coming out. So you have the 8 of Wands. This card, really, when you step into, I just feel like so much is going to unfold for you so quickly. And it's all about letting go of something that's not working for you. We had the King of Pentacles come out next. That's abundance. It's just crazy. Your reading is so crazy. 5 of Wands. So this is about healing some things for you. I really think this is kind of that message. This conflict, like this conflict that can be going on internally, it can be going on externally, but it's about really healing that. And I feel like healing that and letting that go is what allows you to step into this energy past like that tower that's shown in the crumbling. And then what did we have? Of course, we had the tower. Reiteration. It's confirmation. It's a lot of clarity for you. There's so much abundance waiting for you, and I feel like you guys you're gonna make a lot of money. I don't know if what you're called toward is something that where people typically make a lot of money, or if that's like a major aspect of this that's actually appealing to you. I do feel like it is something that's calling to you from the heart, whether there's a lot of material abundance attached to this idea or not, but it does, regardless, like it makes no difference. You're gonna make a lot of money. Like there's a lot of abundance coming, but you know, I think for a lot of you there's been kind of a period of confusion. It can be with this tower energy, but this is This is the most beautiful type of change. Gosh, do we need any clarifiers? I've been clarifying, so let's clarify this Five of Wands at the very least. Why is this Five of Wands here? The Eight of Cups. So this is about walking away. So this conflict is about walking away from something that doesn't work. And it's like, it's hard. It's been challenging. But that's where that feeling is coming from, which I think we already knew. Let's look at some clarifiers for the Eight of Wands. I am noticing, like, you have an Eight of Wands here, Eight of Cups. So 8 might be significant. I'm feeling August for some reason. So something might be going on in the month of August. I don't know why your reading is making me laugh so much, but yeah. So when we're looking to clarify this Eight of Wands, I wanted to see, like, well, what's happening? Like, what's going so fast? This is really about a decision that you have to make. There's two different paths, and this is about you choosing it. It's like, once you choose it, which is choosing to let go of what you might be clinging to that's not working. Once you choose it, that's when this energy really speeds up. I feel like this Three of Wands in reverse is about you kind of like imagining the outcome of this and maybe not taking a step, like not making an actual decision, but kind of thinking a lot about this, planning a lot about it, and not moving. And this is really energy that needs to move. So what's going on with this is, as soon as this decision is made, doors start opening, things start happening in terms of your career, and for you, in terms of your finances a lot too. I feel like a lot starts kicking off, popping off in terms of your finances. So I think I'm going to leave your reading there. For some reason, everything about this reading was sort of like astonishing to me. Like, as these cards came out, I'm like, whoa, are you serious? It's just so much confirmation. So I hope you were able to kind of like gain something from that, or discover something, or at least get clarity and get that confirmation that you might have been looking for. But things are about to really kick into high gear for you. I would say buckle up, but you know, this is a ride you've been wanting to go on. So I think you're going to feel fine, even if this energy is moving very quickly. So yeah, I think I will leave it there. Thank you so much. Honestly, because this reading, it was very insightful, and like, I just enjoyed the way that your guides communicate. So it was just super cool for me to do. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you like this video, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye!